Washington, who as of 2022 have the newest logo in the NFL.
Today, they're revealing a new name and a logo. I have not seen it yet, but let's check it out together. These are the Washington Commanders. The future of Washington football is here.
Washington's 2022 rebrand, the 11th time the club has altered its crest, making the latest W lucky number 12 for the club.
Let's get it today, man. Let's get it. Start of a new journey. Let's go.
Historical context is vital to understanding their changes. We won't go deep into it, that's not the point of this story. But this is what they started out with in 1932 in Boston when they were the Braves. The explanation is simple. They named the team after Major League Baseball's Boston Braves. That was the baseball team's logo. The following year, the team's owner, George Preston Marshall, changed their name to Redskins. The Native American head would go through several transformations over the years. None of them would appear on their helmets for some time. This is the first design they ever used on their headgear, 1958.
They had perhaps the most avant-garde helmet, the maroon helmet with the outline of a feather going up over the back of the helmet.
They used their feather helmets until 1965, and then came the first big shift. This would be the first time they would move away from the profile pick as their primary logo, instead adopting a feather-adorned spear, which they also would wear on the field. The spear look lasted until 1970 when Vince Lombardi showed up. Apparently, he was really into logos. He wanted the focus to simply be on the letter R, with a couple feathers added to acknowledge the origin of their name. Lombardi would pass away in 1970. The same year, they switched to the R look, so it didn't last long. In 1971, Walter Blackie Wetzel, a well-respected member of the Blackfeet tribe, lobbied to remove the R and replace it with a new, updated version of their past logos.
Goal line. I left tight wing, 70 chip on white. Ready?
Here comes the diesel. Here comes the diesel.
Wetzel said he viewed the helmet design as a way to promote his people and shine a spotlight on their causes. The team agreed, and in 1972 it was placed on their helmets for the first time. In 1983, they flipped the head around, let the feathers hang off the logo, and that would be it until 2020 when the decision was made to retire the Native American imagery and the name, though owner Daniel Snyder and many fans were not happy about it. But while the team decided on a new moniker, they simply went by the Washington football team. They took a couple seasons to decide on a new name, polls were conducted, research was done, and Commanders was what they ultimately decided to go with. Washington's throwback looks, they've used plain helmets, the spear returned in 2002, the yellow helmet with the R came back in 2007. In 2012, they played a game in these leather-looking helmets meant to replicate their look from the 30s.
Washington wearing throwback uniforms and helmets today, honoring the 1937 NFL champion Redskins.
That's a heck of a job making that helmet look like it's from 1937.
Yeah, it looks like leather, man.